Man. But we can slide on here. Let's talk about GTA and how it's delayed. Let's talk about the GTA delay. I know we're a little bit behind the cost, but we still got to talk about it. Of course, the biggest game in the past, like, you know, whatever, 10 years since the last one, blah blah blah. GTA 6 has been delayed to what, May 26, 2026, I believe. I think that was the official date that they gave, but they also did drop a brand new trailer and a whole bunch of new screenshots and background about the town, the characters, who we're going to be, again, playing, just looking at the entirety of the city, the sections, a bit of the danger, some of the set pieces, all that stuff. And it's like, damn, a year away, but this still looks insane. Definitely want to open it up to y'all. How did you feel about what you saw and also the delay from GTA 6?
GTA 6 I think is gonna be a really good game. I was showing my girlfriend this, and she asked the question that I'd never really considered. She was like, you think it's gonna be co-op? I think the answer to that question is easily no, but I wouldn't put it past them because we don't really know, right? And I think a co-op GTA would be sick, but I also don't know if it will. Like, I would love that, but I don't know if they're going to go that far.
Yeah.
Speaking of what I did see, like, just not like moving the speculation aside, interesting story, interesting setting. I think it kind of just like pushed forward that first trailer that we saw that was already really good and really interesting. And it showcased the characters in a way that we kind of understand who they are. What I enjoyed a lot of was just like the graphics were crazy, and it felt like Vice City looks like something I never recognized before. Similar to like when you first saw GTA 5, like when you first went to Los Santos, you're like, okay, kind of similar, but this is like a whole new, like, this, it's almost not even the same place. I think it's gonna be a really fun game. May 2026. I'm not really surprised. I'm happy that they kind of gave themselves an entire extra year. Like, that's one thing that I'm really happy they did, because let's face it, they could have easily had been like, no, we're gonna push it back 6 months, crunch the shit, and put out whatever. I think one more year, while it is far, I mean, there's so many games dropping every day, and I feel like more games are going to drop now that GTA has like an official release date, and people are going to like try to plan around it, that we're going to have a lot of stuff to play, and May is going to fly by. Like, we're going to get to May pretty quickly. Like, I don't think, I'm not really stressed about the game. I'm just happy we kind of have an actual date as opposed to like maybe in the fall, you know?
Yeah, they're just kind of like giving us the in-between and stuff like that. Yeah, understandable. I agree generally, honestly. Kai, what say you?
I don't know. It gives me kind of, you know, anti-cop vibes.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Oh god, I completely forgot about that. Yo, I completely forgot. Yo, y'all are some bitches. Oh my god.
It's honestly a crazy take.
Yeah, that's why I personally stick to Pillars of Eternity too.
Oh, what? You know what I'm saying? Oh man, just you know, just pay a couple $15 for a dude to play for me and I'm off. You know, just simple stuff. You know, just Jesus. Oh gosh, I didn't expect that. But carry on.
I'm honestly like, I'm actually quite interested in the story of this one. Like, the whole, like, you know, people in Muslim was like talking about like, is he undercover? Like, how's the ending gonna be? Like, I'm kind of being sucked into those conversations, and I'm kind of here for it, because it kind of does look like it might turn out to be some kind of like crazy up and down love story that just turns into the craziest backstab, and I'm actually quite excited to experience it. In terms of like the stuff you guys were saying on like how the graphics are crazy and stuff like that, it's like, yeah, totally agree, no brainer. Like, they have an absolute army working on this game, so if that wasn't the case, then I'd be kind of worried. I have been kind of curious as to what the delay means, like from a development standpoint, because I would imagine that the game is done, you know?
Right.
What is the hold up? Why was there, like, is it like a meme delay, or is it like there's actually some stuff that's in the work and like systems being put in place?
Yeah, I mean, again, the main thing, if I can fancy a guess for one, is obviously the polishing stuff, just to make sure they have as much optimization in the game as possible, because I can only imagine the level of like intensity that they have in these games, bro. Like the intense resource usage and shit. Like they have to absolutely nail that stuff right there. They have to make sure that's as good as possible. I don't think they can. I don't think. Like, again, remember GTA 5 came out and there was all them problems that came out with it, like out the gate. It was just hard to, like, I think that was, again, manageable, but it was a disaster scenario because they had to give away so much stuff for free in the back end, and GTA Online took another year to do and stuff like that. I think they're trying to tidy up and shorten the timeline to content as much as they can. Again, polishing on one end for the main experience, and then shortening the timeline to the content on the back end stuff. So the GTA Online stuff, whatever their roleplay component is, because they bought 5M and they're good. They're going to do.
Yeah, they did buy 5M.
They're going to do something first party RP. They're going. That's a stone cold fact at this point. We just don't know what it is. You know what I mean? I just don't know what capacity that's going to be. Is it day one? Is it attached to the online? Is it the entire online? Is it a component of it with the playlisting and custom stuff? I don't know, but I think they're spending a long time in terms of, again, the basic polish of the game to make sure, again, everything's tight with the experience and optimized. And beyond that, how do they line up all their content offerings to keep people in platform as soon as the game drops down? So is it the RP piece first, having that official servers up, and then putting GTA Online, like the sandbox stuff, after it? Is it flipping that and doing online first, and then the RP stuff's coming soon in like the late summer or Q4 or Q3 of that year? Who knows? But I know in the least they have to take this year to polish. They have to. A game of that size, scope, and scale cannot just drop willy-nilly unoptimized. They have to make sure it's as tight as possible on that front. And beyond that, I think they're still trying to figure out what content offerings they're going to drop from like day one or the first couple months of release, because my personal guess, I don't think they'll have everything day one. I do not think that they will have GTA, the campaign, the online, and RP all ready to go. I do not think that they'll have that ready. I think this may be the most strategic period of time for them to map out how are we going to stagger the content drops. For me, that's just my guess.
No, I see what you're saying, and I think that is it'd be the smartest way of doing it. Man, now thinking about implementing 5M, I feel like we might not get GTA Online again for another year. Like, if I was them, I would also delay it, because at this point GTA Online is so big that it's not even a GTA game. It's like a GTA. It's like its own thing. It's like a standalone DLC.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't really care if I would have got GTA. If I get GTA Online again another year later, I know a lot of people that's like their shit, and I get that. I am cool with the single player. I actually kind of miss when they were focused on single player more. Like, I miss the zombie DLC. I miss like all that stuff. So if we don't get GTA Online for another year, I wouldn't be too pressed about it, because I really get to sink my teeth into the regular game. And if it means we're also going to get 5M on launch and we're going to get like a whole big ecosystem, I think it's worth the wait.
Yeah. No, I agree. Again, if there's enough time for them to get all those things and get all the ducks in a row, shoot, I'll listen. Again, I will absolutely happily wait. I will happily wait. And that's the thing that we said this from mid 2024. When 2025 comes, there's going to be so many games that is going to be hard to contend with. And have we not been correct so far? We have been flooded with stuff. I still have to catch up with stuff from like late last year up to now. Like, my backlog is ridiculous. Everybody's backlog is ridiculous. There's stuff dropping today. Splitgate 2's open beta drop today. This is dropping next week. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of stuff out in the wild. Elden Ring Night Rain drops in like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much stuff that's packed up right now through this year that I'm not saying that it would have been a loss, because obviously any year that GTA is in is a huge value add, but it would have been a nice drop of the shoulders of like, damn, cool. All right, I can actually have a bit of breathing room and finish some of these other games that are coming out, because there's so much. And even now, games in 2025, 2026 is still going to be a good year. There's a good chance 2026 could still be as good as 2025 is shaping up to be. to be very honest. Like the carryover from again 2024's delays all the way down is crazy, and we might have some really crazy stuff in 2026 to match up. So GTA taking up that summer slot again, the top of summer, fantastic. Mwah, beautiful. I love it. A summer game, the game of the biggest game of the year of that year will be in the top of the summer. You're taking time, you're doing your thing. I like that. And again, in terms of what I've seen, I mean, everything looks ridiculous, bro. How did they get the pants to fold up like that when people's walking? That's you know what I'm saying? That's wizardry. That's wizardry. They're doing some other stuff right now, bro. But I'm enjoying everything that we're seeing with the snippets. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's just going crazy over the graphics and stuff like that. Why Lucia got all them yeeks in the back? There's been so many questions and things that have been, you know what I'm saying, posted in the air. But the game looks fantastic. I'm interested to see all these set pieces because I think they've been really showing those off in this trailer. I feel like, again, like the plane scene when Lucia had like another chick and she was like had him in like the plane wheel like mechanism and whatever. There's just so much stuff that you can digest in there. I'm curious to dive into all that stuff, so that's great. I'm curious to see what recurring characters might pop up. Like I'm pretty sure all the Vances are dead from Vice City, right? Like all the I don't know if y'all remember Lance Vance and Vic Vance and stuff. Yeah, and Vic Vance. I'm pretty sure both of them dead, right?
So from my understanding, if it's the same way that GTA 5 was, they said that I think it was in a different like timeline, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Because I remember people were like, "Yo, if I go to Grove Street, am I gonna see CJ?" And I think somebody said, and somebody please correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, I visibly remember seeing like an article where they said like they're not set in the same universe. Like the newer stuff is so like from 4 onward.
4 on is cool.
That stuff can be in this shit. Like will you see Nico from 4?
Possibly,
like, you know what I'm saying? It's possibility, but like,
hey, Gay Tony can have a nightclub in there. Oh, he can have a nightclub on the strip. He can low key.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he's still alive or not, but if he is, he still could have something on the strip. Hold on.
Like that would be like, I think the dude from the DLC, the biker DLC was
lost in the damn. Yes, he was. He got stomped out. And he got stomped out early. That was tough. That was very tough. Facts though.
Hey, did you remember that thing I sent you where it was like at the end of GTA 6?
Oh yes, and I hate you for it. yes. I very much.
When there's a thing that's when it was like at the end of GTA 6, Jason and Lucia are being shot at by the police, and then Michael, Franklin, and Trevor and CJ show up. They save him, and they're like, "What are we, some kind of GTA 6?"
I hate you so much, bro.
That's funny.
That's so stupid.
I hate it so much, bro. But there's a chance we could see again those characters as well pop in. So I'm curious to see how all of this plays out. Again, I have even more faith in GTA 6 now. Even if I already had a bunch before, that they'll polish things and they'll have a good product out the gate, because that's what I want, a solid experience out the gate. And how they choose to build everything else going forward, you know, time will tell. But for GTA, I'm at a good place with it. I am at peace with the fact that it got delayed. Everybody should breathe a sigh of relief and go play something else, because we have plenty of time to play everything else that's coming out in the year. There's too much games to be disappointed or depressed. I'm sorry. There's too many games out there to sulk. Go play something else.
Yeah, I find it crazy that that's sort of like a viewpoint on it as well, because the way I see it is like, I'm gonna play GTA like regardless.
Yeah.
So like, I don't need to rush. Like, I'm gonna get this experience by any means.
Factuals, bro. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not worried about it. Again, I'm gonna make the time. I will make the time. Like, there's no question I will make time for GTA. Again, also, if they have 3-on-3 basketball, fingers crossed. If they do, I'm making too much time for that, you know? But with the rest of the gaming space as it is now, there's so much stuff to get lost in, bro. Trust me. Just a little bit of a wait will not hurt y'all, especially at this point when there's so much good stuff to distract you. There's greatness all around. Please, y'all, just get lost somewhere. I mean that positively.